Video is for my ESOL people only. So if you're not ESOL, feel free to scroll on up. ESOL stands for English for speakers of other languages or English language learners. This is part 2 and we'll be talking about phonics. But first, I want to review part 1 about vowels. Okay, so let's review vowels. Vowels are basically A, E, I, O, and U. And they have long and short sounds. So listen to me pronounce the long sounds and then the short sounds. The long sounds are basically A, E, I, O, and U. And that's how they sound in the words that they're in. The short version of the vowel says A or A. So A basically has 3 sounds in the alphabet. A, which is the short sound, or all. And it appears in words like wall and ball. We don't say wall or bow. It's wall and ball. So A in these words have the all sound. So you should also be aware of that. The next short vowel is E, A, or U. So these are considered traditional vowels, and the rule of the English language says that each word should have at least one vowel. But in words like fly, try, and my, the Y stands in as a vowel. So that's why Y is sometimes a stand-in vowel, but it's not a traditional vowel. I'll pause here so you could process what I just said. Hopefully you're following me so far. In part 1, we also talked about flipping the sound. Flipping the sound is basically like, for example, if you're reading and you encounter words like these with vowels in it, the vowel A has long and short sounds. So in this word, when you see the E on the end, it makes this actually a long vowel. And this is a short vowel. So this word is tape because it has the long A sound. So this silent E makes this a long sounding vowel. This word is tap. So the A sounds like ah in this word. If you're reading and you encounter a word like, for example, you don't know what the word is, you would try the first sound for E, which is E, and the word would be shield. And you know that it sounds really weird, shield. So you would try the other sound for E, which is eh, and then you'll get shell. This word is panic. So it could either be panic or panic. So trying the long sound, it would sound like panic. And the shortest sound sounds better. So I'm flipping to the shortest sound, which is the ah sound of A. So the word is panic. I'm going to pause again so you could process what I just said. This is called flipping the sound. So in part 2, we'll be talking about phonics. So phonics are basically letters and the sounds that they make. In the English language, every letter makes a sound. So in phonics, helps you to read, write, speak, right? So when you are learning phonics in English, that's what it helps you to do. Helps you to read, write, and speak English. I'm going to show you some words and how we use phonics. Take a look at this word. This word can be phonetically tapped out. B-A-D, bad. And look at this word. Very simple. P-E-G-P. So basically we tap out each sound and blend it to get the word because these words are phonetically spelled. But what about tricky words like this one, right? Phonetically, it'll be O, right? O says A or O, then N, then E or E. So if you don't just know this word by just looking at it, then it will give you problems while learning the English language. So this is why this is called a sight word. Sight words are words that you just have to know by sight. Just look at the word and know that, okay, this is the word one. Here's another tricky word. Of course, the word is hour. And by looking at it, if you can't tell what the word is and you try to tap it out, you're going to end up saying it the wrong way. And as we know, when we're learning language, the English language in particular, pronouncing words correctly is paramount to your success. So phonetically, this would be like and blending it would come out sounding real weird. So this is also another sight word. It's a tricky word that you should just know what it is. Last but not least, this word is who. And of course, it's tricky because phonetically, W says W, H says H, and the O would say ah. So if you try to pronounce it like how it sounds in the alphabet, it will come out sounding weird. So this is a word you should just know by sight. Go ahead and make a note of these 3 words. When we do our lessons, we'll be working on sight words. So this is your first 3 sight words that I want you to write down and study. Just knowing these words will help you a lot in your English language learning journey. Hour, one, and who. Go ahead and make a note of these words, pronounce them, write it down, use them in sentences. Let's do a quick recap on what we learned today. So I started out by reviewing, we reviewed vowels, the sounds they make, traditional versus untraditional vowels. We also reviewed flipping the sound and what you need to do in that area. And part 2, today we talked about phonics and the fact that it's basically letters and sounds, and phonics goes a long way in helping you to learn the English language. It helps you to read it, write it, and speak it. We also reviewed phonetically spelled words like bed and pig, and tricky words that are not traditionally spelled, and you made notes of them, and you'll be using them in sentences and trying to know them by sight. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section.